Welcome again, everyone, to the December UK Innovate webinar, New Industry Partnering Resources and Programs for UK Researchers through Innovation Connect. A few housekeeping items. Please make sure to keep your mics muted as we are recording and doing live captioning. And it's my pleasure to introduce Landon Borders. Landon is the Executive Director of Innovation Connect. Landon, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Jackie, and thank you everyone for spending some time with us during the lunch hour today. We have a really great agenda lined up for you. We're excited to share some new programs that we've been working on over the last several months. So without further ado, let's get started. Next slide. So, for those of you that aren't aware or don't know about us, I'll provide just a little overview of Innovation Connect and what we do here at the University of Kentucky. We're going to share two new programs that we are launching today, the Industry Interest Library and Expert Connect. Both are two programs that we believe are going to add some value to partnering for our faculty and for our industry partners. We're going to talk a little bit about some upcoming events, and we'll wrap it all up with a summary, and would like to invite you to provide any questions you might have that we can answer. You might see below that Jackie just dropped a comment in the chat. So please do direct any of your questions to Jackie, and she will help us with that later. So next slide. UK Innovate is the innovation, entrepreneurship, and economic enterprise for UK research. And we really have four goals that are our North Stars for UK Innovate. And that is to be a research impact engine for the university, for Kentucky. We want to drive research and development growth in Kentucky. We believe that the more R&D we can bring into our ecosystem, the more it'll benefit the university, more we'll make impacts on our partners. We want to be a force for inclusive innovation that catalyzes engagement and a culture builder through leadership and innovation and entrepreneurship. Next slide, please. I'll work from right to left. UK Innovate really has four focus areas. We were born from technology commercialization here at the university. We have fantastic resources there to help us commercialize technologies from the university, to help with contracting, NDAs. We have programs such as Launch Blue and UXL that many of you may already be familiar with, and just a fantastic group of colleagues there on the ready to support. We also have a focus now on social innovation, led by Dr. Serenity Wright, to scale ideas and find solutions to create social impact from research and discovery. We have now an innovation training program led by Dr. Christine Wilds, and more to come on that as we roll out that program soon. But really today we're going to focus on Innovation Connect and our group that supports industry, nonprofit and private sector partnerships for research and innovation. Next slide, please. So what do we do? We were launched just in 2022, so we're not even a couple of years old. We've been doing a lot of program development, team development, and I'll talk more on that later. But again, our focus is on corporate partnerships for research and innovation. That includes federal research, innovation, economic development programs that prioritize partnerships. There are a lot of those out there today. We see more of those. We love those programs. We love helping our faculty reach industry experts to get letters of support, letters of collaboration to forge those partnerships. We also work towards industry-sponsored research. We like to help make connections for clinical trials. We're going to talk a lot about testing and analysis today. We also really like research consortiums because it provides a nice consensus on research priorities. There's often funding that comes with that, and obviously a network of partners. To the right, we pride ourselves on being very proactive. So we are out doing the best we can to represent the university and all of our expertise and capabilities. We lean in, we listen to our faculty, we listen to our partners to try to understand where we can make things simpler for everyone to make this a very positive experience when they partner with the university, for our faculty, for our partners. There's three programs that we're going to talk about today and highlight. The first being the Industry Interest Library, a new program for sharing industry priorities with our colleagues here at the university. We're going to talk about Expert Connect, which is a program that aims to make it simpler to partner with the university on non-research type activities such as testing, analysis, and consultation. We're going to talk about the upcoming Kentucky Innovator Challenge coming up in April. I know that may sound like a long time from now, but I bet we will all blink and it'll be right upon us. So next slide, please. So why do people want to partner with us? These are just a few examples that we know and understand and hear every day. We help advance business and product development priorities. We often augment their resources with expertise of our own. We have fantastic labs and equipment. We have core facilities here that have availability in some cases to be used by partners. Access to institutional knowledge, domain expertise here. Obviously, we have that in droves, and we want to try to make our expertise available to our partners as simply as we can. A lot of folks like to partner with us because it also raises their brand among our faculty and our students. It will be no surprise to anyone here that tapping into our wonderful talent here at the University of Kentucky is always a priority. We are really good with, accessing federal grant programs. We have fantastic resources here with UK Research to help with that. And often companies do not have those resources, so they like to partner with us. We have the largest patent portfolio, I believe, in the state of Kentucky, and fantastic technologies that we love to share and transfer for impacts through our commercialization processes. And really, any opportunity to collaborate with our businesses and our communities to be good stewards of our resources and expertise. All good reasons to partner with us. Next slide. As I mentioned earlier, we've been doing a lot of team building, a lot of program development. I think many of you know some of these faces on the screen, but I want to introduce them to you. Kim Sayer, who has been with us from the beginning, as our Innovation Connect Manager, focusing primarily on the Karen Pigman College of Engineering. Chelsea X. Lebeski, who joined us early last year, so going on her one-year anniversary as an Innovation Connect Manager, focusing primarily on the College of Medicine and related units. And finally, I want to introduce Alexa Norell to you. She just joined us back in August. She is our Innovation Connect Manager supporting Martin Gatton College of Food, Ag, and Environment. So we're happy to have her joining us today. And really, for the rest of the programming, I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues here to share more about the new programs and events that we have in store, beginning with Chelsea. So Chelsea, I will turn it over to you.
Thanks, Landon. Good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate all of your time and joining us to learn more about some of the great resources that our team have been working on. So the first resource we're going to be talking is this resource is already launched. It is available. So at the end of my part of this presentation, I will drop a link in the chat for all of you to access it. So I'll be talking about the Industry Interest Library. Now, a little bit of background as to why we built this out. Our team, as well as others within UK Innovate, we go to many conferences, we meet with companies, we get a lot of material from these companies that highlight their areas of interest as it pertains to research, to funding startups, for technology licensing areas of interest. And oftentimes working in an environment such as that, we have all this content and sometimes it's hard to kind of keep up with it for ourselves. So we were benchmarking against another university that has a similar resource to this at Pitt, and we had a call with their team, and they had developed a very similar tool for their therapeutic area of interest as they were getting content from industry partners in that area. So we did some R&D, some rob and duplicate, and decided after internal discussions that we thought this would be a really great tool to implement here at the University of Kentucky, not only for our internal team, but also as a tool for all of you research and faculty members as you're looking for industry partners. So with that said, let's dive into it. So what exactly is the Industry Interest Library? It's an internal searchable database. It's online. I'm actually going to be doing a live demo here in just a few minutes to kind of walk you through it. And really the intent of this database, again, as I mentioned, is to house presentations given to our team, as well as possibly to you, from corporates, nonprofit, venture studios, and other organizations that really support university-based research and commercialization efforts. So oftentimes these presentations, they will outline collaborative and or sponsored research areas of interest. It's really important for us to have this information because oftentimes from year to year, companies' interests will change based on their development pipeline, as well as their areas of interest as a company. These presentations also outline in-licensing areas of interest. As Landon mentioned, we have a very broad patent portfolio, and we are always looking for partners to help advance those technologies, as oftentimes we need commercial partners to do so. And then additionally, these presentations will often outline startup company investment areas of interest. So through our Office of Technology Commercialization, there are wonderful startup resources to help our UK-based startup companies. And so these companies such as venture studios, as well as corporates, oftentimes are interested in funding early stage startups coming out of universities. So really, what is the value to all of us here with this library? So for our research community here at UK, it allows you a very, very easy searchable database. You can either search by keyword or by technology area to find companies whose interests might align with yours. So this could be relevant if you're looking to do sponsored research with a company, if you're working on a grant proposal where you do need a corporate partner, maybe a letter of support. You can go to this library and easily find a company that aligns with your research priority area. Again, for our UK Innovate team, it really just provides us a searchable database to identify partners for researching opportunities and or licensing technologies. And in addition to the demo, I will also walk you all through a case study, which I was able to personally utilize this library myself when working with a faculty member in the College of Medicine. So where do these presentations come from? I briefly touched on this. They come from a variety of places, conferences such as the International Biotech Conference. My colleague Holly and I, as well as Landon, went to the Bio Conference last year in Boston, and we got probably over 40 presentations from companies, all of which are now in the Industry Interest Library. We also attend the Autumn Conference as an office, and we do get additional presentations from companies there, as well as UIDP, which is an organization that specifically focuses on university industry-based partnerships. So we have a wealth of information that we've had and is now in this database for access for all of you. We also get presentations from meetings. Oftentimes our team, the Innovation Connect team, we have one-on-one meetings with companies. We do site visits. So this is another way that we get content. We have online webinars such as MRUN, which is a Midwest regional university network, where we kind of have this speed dating platform where we meet with companies and they tell us their areas of interest. And we also have the opportunity to pitch technologies that we have in our IP portfolio, as well as clinical and research expertise areas. And then additionally, other events such as the Kentucky Innovator Challenge, which we'll talk a little bit more about later, where we're meeting with external partners who are directly interested in partnering with the University of Kentucky on collaborations. So how often is the content updated? Really, we update it on an ongoing basis as our team attends conferences, as we have meetings with companies. We have an internal process by which we add these presentations to the library. We do scrub the contact information directly. So we ask that if you do find a company of interest to you, that you contact our office and that we then reach out to the company and really facilitate that relationship. Again, these presentations are converted to a PDF and then they are uploaded into one or more technology areas. So some of these companies might have interest in aerospace as well as semiconductors. So we have a variety of technology areas, and so we will upload these presentations really based on the technology area of interest. So with that case, let's do a demo and walk you all through where to find this library. So the first link is really just our big organization's UK Innovate website. So you can find the library there, which is how I will take you all through. The second link, which we'll drop in the chat, is the direct link to the industry library. One other thing is that you do have to ask for permission to access the library. But once you do request that, it is a pretty immediate turnaround for approval. Again, this is an internal facing website. So we do have to make sure that we are only allowing UK employees, students and staff access to the library. So let's do a test drive, if this will work. There we go. All right, so this, as I mentioned, the first hyperlink will take you to our UK Innovate website. So if any of you haven't visited our website, please feel free to look around. We have a lot of really great resources. So where you will find our industry interest library is under corporate partnerships. So you'd go to corporate partnerships, and then you would go for UK faculty and staff. So we click on that. We have all of our resources. Again, our website outlines how we can help connect you with industry partners, how we support your efforts. And if you keep scrolling, there is the industry interest library. So you'll find the link here. So we click the link and we are brought to the library. So this is our landing page, our home page. It kind of outlines the purpose of the library. If you come here and you're not quite sure what to do, we do also have a request form so you can fill out your college or center and really what kind of area of research you're interested in. And then we get that email directly to work with you in reaching out to the partner. So we click on the library, and as mentioned before, we have a variety of technology areas of interest. So these technology areas, so AI, machine learning, aerospace, ag, materials, metals, therapeutics, which is where I will focus today. So these technology areas of interest all currently have content uploaded. You can see that we do have additional technology areas that we as a group have identified that are abundant here at UK. We know we have active research. We know we have intellectual property assets in these areas. So if you see any of these and you know a company or you might have a presentation that we could add to any of these, please let us know. As I said, we will be building out the library on an ongoing basis. So as we have presentations, we will be adding them to these areas. So, as I said, I was actually able to personally utilize the library a few weeks ago. I was meeting with a faculty member and a PhD student who had an interest in discussing a drug for doing some research in their lab in the area of diabetes. And so they had one company identified after we did some research. We didn't really see any opportunity in terms of funding from that specific company. So I said, hey, let me look at the industry interest library. So as I mentioned, this is a very easy searchable database. You can use any word that you're interested in using, and it will auto-populate any presentations with that word in there. So if we search diabetes, you can see it pulls up all of these presentations which are tied to a company in which the word diabetes is indicated. So there's quite a handful. So we could go to Novo Nordisk and open up this presentation. And this is a presentation from the Autumn Conference this past year in Austin, Texas. So as you can see, it gives an overview of the company, Novo Nordisk at a glance. Let me make this a little bigger for you all. And then you can see where their innovation enablers, where are the areas that they are interested. So you can see they're interested in chronic kidney disease, cardiovascular. So they outline kind of their clinical areas of interest and then specific interests within those. So through this, utilizing this library, we were able to identify some additional companies that this researcher and his PhD student could reach out to. So we're very excited about this. And let me exit here. Oh, sorry. So again, this is the hyperlink to our main UK Innovate website. Again, if you go to corporate partnerships for faculty and staff, or this is the direct link to the industry library. So with that, just some final considerations and just kind of points I would like to reemphasize. Again, this is an internal database with presentations. We do always ask the company for permission. We walk them through the process. Really, what is the intent of the library? How is it to be utilized? So we are getting the company's permission to post these. So again, please do not distribute these external to UK. Obviously, if you want to distribute to your colleagues within our UK research enterprise, please feel free to do so. Spread the good word. We're really hoping that folks will utilize this. And additionally, if you have materials that you've received from companies that you believe would be beneficial to add to the library, please get in touch with us and we will facilitate a conversation with that company to inquire if they're okay with us posting this content. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Kim, to talk about the Expert Connect program.
Thank you, Chelsea. Pleased to talk about the Expert Connect program. Next slide. The program facilitates faculty-led industry projects that demonstrate capabilities and strengthen relationships. The reason we created this program is because UK has a fantastic track record of tackling larger challenges for corporations through sponsored research. However, companies also have needs to access UK experts and specialized equipment for applied problems. So there was a need for a simpler process to facilitate these non-research type of partnerships. We've been piloting this program in the College of Engineering since 2020, and I see that Dean Rudy Buckite's on the call. I'd like to give a shout out. He and Dr. John Balk and I developed this program back in 2020, and we've had great success in piloting it since then. And our hope is that we will be able to expand this to other units in early next year. Next slide. So what are the benefits for UK faculty members? These include applying your expertise to real-world problems and to connect with partners, industry partners. It has an attractive incentive structure and provides an opportunity to showcase skills and drive additional opportunities for future sponsored research, class projects, and more. Our group, Innovation Connect, handles all the administrative matters, so that leaves the faculty experts the ability to focus specifically on the technical work. I'd like to draw your attention on the right-hand side of the slide to a quote from Dr. Julius Shoup, who's an extensive user of the program. It's been his experience that these initial service engagements with industry have grown into larger, federally funded collaborative research projects. Next slide. The program is intended for applied projects with clearly defined scopes of work and deliverables, such as testing, analysis, consultation, and accessing laboratory equipment. And participating faculty members must have access to an income account. The program is not intended for research projects involving intellectual property contribution by UK, nor projects involving institutional review board approval, clinical trials, or core facilities or other units that are already set up to provide fee-for-services. I'd like to just share a few examples. The first one is a faculty expert was asked by a company to provide a keynote talk at their company-wide leadership meeting on the topic of sustainability. We were able to use this program to collect the speaker fees as well as the travel expenses for that individual. The next example is a company asked one of our faculty experts to conduct a literature review and benchmarking in his field of study, and this did inform their road mapping for with that information. The third example is a company asked one of our faculty experts to perform an in situ characterization of material machining behavior, and these results were then used to help that partner optimize their processes. In summary, the program is a new and differentiated streamlined process. It fills an industry unmet need for leveraging UK expertise, and builds upon our strengths to address a broader range of challenges. It establishes trust and creates a pipeline for industry-sponsored research, as well as showcasing faculty capabilities and their passion for real-world application. Our faculty participants have indicated that this is a strategic advantage for UK. We look forward to expanding this program, and please stay tuned about more information about that early next year. I'll go ahead and turn it over to my colleague, Alexa, who's going to talk about some upcoming events.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Kim, for the intro. I'm excited to be here and talk about some upcoming events we have that have the goal of promoting faculty and facilitating collaboration with industry. So next slide, please. First up is the second annual Kentucky Innovator Challenge. This event, taking place on April 11th, is fully free to all attendees and is a day packed full of making connections between researchers within UK as well as with industry partners that we've invited. Through the three main tracks we have planned, we have presenters coming to talk about advancing Kentucky through materials, technologies that are health related, and also creating a circular economy. This will involve the industry leaders sharing what their future plans are and what some challenges are that stand in their way, as well as federal agency leaders sharing information about current and future research funding opportunities. One of the greatest points of feedback we had from last year's Innovator Challenge was that the networking was hugely productive, so we made sure to include as much time for networking this year as possible as well. If this event seems like something that is of interest to you, you can use the QR code here on the right side of the screen to sign up and register, or we'll also be placing a link in the chat that takes you to that same registration page. And we also encourage you to share this event with your network since we're including such a broad range of topics this year. Next slide, please. So the four of us as the Innovation Connect team spend a lot of time and resources on getting out into the community and really being proactive about building these partnerships and showcasing all that UK has to offer. The two main forms that this outreach looks like for us are the conferences that Chelsea mentioned and spoke to a little bit earlier, and then also what we like to call roadshows. So first up, the conferences. We have three of the major ones listed here on the screen. They're Autumn, UIDP, and Bio. And these conferences provide us with a place to connect with other universities as well as industry to build relationships and learn about new methods for streamlining university-industry collaborations. These conferences are also impactful in the way that we get information about what areas of interest industry partners have so that we can connect them back to experts at UK and to facilitate those collaborations. Then for the roadshows that I mentioned, these are regional trips in which our team attends numerous site visits, all based around one city. And these trips have the goal of starting a new relationship between UK and those organizations, since it gives us a time to discuss and display the expertise that we have within UKRF. Our team has been in communications with leadership about where they would like to see us go on these roadshows. But if you are an innovator or a researcher and you have a company that you would like to see us visit or connect with, please don't hesitate to reach out. We would love to see if we could plan a site visit there. And also maybe we could discover that there's already an established relationship with that company within a different touch point at the university. So now that I've covered our upcoming events and plans for promoting UK faculty expertise to industry partners, I'll turn it back over to our fearless leader, Landon, so we can tie everything together.
All right. Thanks, Alexa. And thanks for everyone for hanging with us this far. I wanted to just provide a follow-up, a summary for everyone, just the things to remember coming off of this webinar today. And the first thing here is just to know that our team is here. We want to support corporate partnerships for research and innovation economic development. We love working with our faculty. We love working with our staff. We love working with other industry-facing units on campus and philanthropy, our business engagement office, Coldstream, just to name a few. So don't ever hesitate to reach out. We're here to make partnering simpler. That's one of our number one goals. And we'll continue to build on programs like the Industry Interest Library and Expert Connect, but also introduce other new programs where we see a need to make things simpler using new processes and tools that may not already exist today. So don't forget to check out the Industry Interest Library. This webinar will be made available. The content will be made available soon to folks that have signed up and registered today, but please do share. And also Expert Connect, we're excited about this program. We're excited about what it's done for us as Kim and team have piloted it in the College of Engineering for the past couple of years. We're so excited about expanding that program with more details to come early next year. Next slide, please. Just a few last things to leave you with. When you're considering partnering, reach out to us. It's never too soon. It's never too late. And additionally, for any of our UK faculty online or even our business partners, if you would like to meet with us, if you'd like for us to come speak with you, to come speak to your department, to come tour your labs to understand what type of equipment or expertise you would like to showcase with our partners, please contact us. We love doing that. We love meeting with you all, learning from you all. So please do that. This for general inquiries, please contact me. Otherwise, contact my colleagues that you saw present earlier today. And a big shout out to Chelsea, Kim, and Alexa for putting together some really great programming for us today. Jackie did drop in the chat earlier an invitation to ask any questions. Please do submit those. I think we do have a few maybe that Jackie will share with us that we'll answer for you. But if there's any other questions you'd like to ask, please drop those in the chat below. Or I'm sorry, the Q&A below. But otherwise, Jackie, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks so much, Landon, Chelsea, Alexa, and Kim. Appreciate you providing all that wonderful information. As Landon mentioned, if you have questions, please put those in the Q&A and we will ask those. We do have a couple of questions already that I'm going to start out with. First question is, would I be able to use Expert Connect if the first half of a project is data collection, but the second half is discovery based?
I'll take that one. Yes, that's an excellent example of how to go ahead and get started with a company. While it may take a little bit longer to get going on the research part of that project, but if there's some specific things that you can get going up front that are not research, but more just testing analysis, that sort of thing, we can get going on that side of the project very quickly while negotiations are underway for a full-up research project. Great question.
Thanks, Kim. Chelsea, you had mentioned that the industry interest library will be updated continuously. How often is that, real-time updates, or will it be periodically updated?
Yeah, I would say both. As we, as I mentioned, as we go to conferences, as we meet with companies, these kind of very specific events when we are actively engaging with industry, we, as I mentioned, do have an internal process to scrub and name and convert these presentations into a format for upload into the library. So those will be done, within, I'd say, 2 weeks post-event. And then also I do plan to do outreach to other companies, probably on a semi-annual basis, just to make sure that if we haven't met them in person or seen them at a conference, that if they have updated materials, that we are receiving those as well. So, as many of us know, companies' interest in their pipeline, I would say focus areas do change. So we want to really make sure that we are keeping you all updated with the most relevant information from these companies. And as I mentioned, if any of you are speaking with companies or are attending conferences and you're receiving materials, please reach out to us, and we'll make sure to get those presentations uploaded as well.
Thanks so much, Chelsea. It was also mentioned that the Expert Connect program has been piloted in the College of Engineering since 2020. How long is it typically taken to get a project started after the opportunity has been identified?
Thank you, Jackie. Great question. If the company that we're partnering with doesn't require any type of a contract or non-disclosure agreement or something like that, we could literally start the project the same day that it was identified, just as soon as that faculty member has that scope of work identified with the deliverable, the time frame, deliverables, and the cost connected with that, and the company has agreed to those terms, then we could start immediately. If the company has contacts or contracts or vendor setups and things like that, then it just depends on what their requirements are, and the respective Innovation Connect manager, and again, in engineering, that pilot so far has been me. I would just then work with the appropriate units throughout UK to get those forms completed or agreements approved or whatever the company may require. And that could take then something from a few days to a few weeks, depending on how involved the company requirements are. But otherwise, we could start immediately.
Wonderful. Thanks, Kim. Can you talk a little bit more about the Kentucky Innovator Challenge for someone who may not be aware of that? Is it a full day? Is it a half a day? What can someone expect from that event?
I can take this one. That's a great question. It is a one-day event, and we get started in the morning and we conclude with a networking reception. Last year we had 150 registered attendees. We're looking to have more than 200 this year. The demographic is about 40%. Industry executives, R&D leaders from companies around the state, around the region. I see several of you on the call that were there last year. 40% are academic leaders, researchers, startups, our staff. And the last 20% are government, nonprofit, community leaders, including those federal funding program leaders that join us and provide keynote talks. So the format really is TED Talk style presentations from the industry leaders. It's straight to the point. It's fast paced, which we like. This year, one thing that we will do differently is have a Q&A time at the end of the event. We'll have 3 breakouts that correlate with each of the 3 tracks that Alexa shared earlier today, to have a more intimate Q&A with our presenters in a panel style format. And as Alexa mentioned, one of the pleasant surprises from last year wasn't necessarily the amount of university and industry partnerships that we forged that day, but also a tremendous amount of business to business partnerships resulted from that event last year. So we're looking to be more intentional of making those connections too, because we want to see our companies here in Kentucky grow with us and grow together. So anyway, we'd love to see you all there. If you have any suggestions for the event, please reach out to us or take the link and share that with others within your departments, within your companies, or any of your colleagues that you would like to attend.
Thanks, Landon. Alexa, can you talk a little bit more about how you guys determine where to do road shows and when to do those?
Yeah, for sure. So since I'm a little bit newer, I haven't had the chance to actually be on one of these road shows, but I have been involved in the planning for the ones that we have coming up. So basically what we do is, as a team, we meet, and it's based off of the 3 colleges that we represent, but we do take into consideration the other colleges as well. So we kind of look at where industry partners are congregated, like within the state. We always try to keep it within the state, as Landon mentioned, just helping to grow the industries here. So this year, what it looks like is it's going to be Northern Kentucky and Louisville. And then the way that we go about it is looking at places that we haven't worked with yet. We try to put priority on those to help with the emphasis on new relationships. So I've been meeting with a lot of department chairs, and part of those discussions have just been, if there was a partner in the Louisville or Northern Kentucky area that you could work with, who would it be? And then we put a focus and priority on those. And then if we have extra time, we'll definitely go and visit ones that we already work with, just to kind of reestablish the relationship. And also, since I am over the College of Ag, Food and Environment, I also get to work with the extension offices. So we'll be visiting some extension offices along the way, meeting with some local government folks, getting to know them too.
And if I could add one more aspect, is we also connect with the regional economic development representatives to make sure that they're aware of our services and programming and the opportunity to bring us in as they have companies who want to relocate or expand or just need help.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alexa and Kim. It looks like we have one more question. It's a clarifying question about the Expert Connect program. You state that the Expert Connect program will be in place Q1 of 2024. Will the program be in place in time to begin a collaborative project by the start of the spring 2024 semester?
Yes. I guess my answer is let's talk about it, because we have just full transparency. We just have a few I's to dot and T's to cross. We've got a meeting coming up with Dr. Cassis on the 20th to sort through some of those details. So I think we should be working towards that start date early next year. So please do reach out to us, to whomever asked that question, and we can start working towards that.
Yeah, we could start talking about it right now. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you guys very much. Any last words each of you would like to say about working with you or taking advantage of these resources and programs? Landon, I'll start with you first.
Oh, wow, Jackie. No, I just, you all should know that one of the most gratifying parts about this job is talking about the University of Kentucky and our research enterprise here. Most folks do know us for our talent. Obviously, they know us for our sports, but what they don't realize is our capacity for research and collaboration. And that's always a pleasant surprise. I enjoy telling this story to our partners. It gets them excited. They're always pleasantly surprised, and we've made a lot of great inroads. We have a lot of new partners that have not worked with us before, but we have a lot more work to do. And as Alexa pointed out earlier, we only understand about our expertise when we meet with you. So if we're for the faculty on the call, we like to know about your expertise. It helps us tell our story. It helps us make those connections. So please do reach out to us at your convenience.
Thanks, Landon. Chelsea?
I will echo what Landon said. As it pertains to the Industry Interest Library, as I've already gotten some emails from people requesting access, so thank you. You should all be approved. I would also say if there's any technology area that we haven't covered that's pertinent to your research area, please let me know. We will get that added. It's a very easy process. And also shout out to Hannah, who's also on our team. She is our Innovation Connect intern. And so she's been a huge help, as well as you, Jackie. So thank you in getting this really up and launched. I had never built a SharePoint site before. So appreciate all of the teamwork on that. And then additionally, I would like to highlight for anyone here who's on the call working in our life sciences space, the Bio International Conference is a very, very big opportunity for us to meet with big pharmaceutical drug development companies. So if you're working on something or you think that you have expertise that you would really like us to showcase at that conference, please reach out. My colleague Holly and I are really looking to bolster the materials that we had from last year, and really just we had great response from that conference. A lot of people didn't know about our research enterprise as it pertains to the health sciences. They were very impressed. So we're just really looking to do it even bigger and better this year. So please reach out if you would like to discuss that conference, if you'd like to go. We're happy to support and really market and talk about your areas of expertise.
Thank you, Chelsea. Alexa?
Yeah, I just wanted to say and remind everyone, I know Landon spoke and showed it earlier, but we are part of a larger team. We are just Innovation Connect, but UK Innovate as a whole is a very large team that we're very fortunate to work with. And so all of that is just to say that if you're not sure if we're the right person to reach out to or not, you can always reach out anyway, because someone within our team will be the right person and we can help you get connected to them. And we know that it's a little bit confusing sometimes navigating which pillar of our group and which division to go to, but you can always just count on us to be that first touch point to point you in the right direction.
Thanks, Alexa. Kim?
Yeah, and I'll just conclude with saying it's our pleasure to serve you. So if you have needs for corporate partnerships and identifying connections as a part of your grant or that you're working on, or work you're doing in your lab or with your students, please reach out. Just because we've identified certain companies that we want to visit through our road shows and things like that Alexa mentioned, it doesn't mean that we will do more. So all you have to do is say, hey, I really need a connection at this company. I'd like to talk to them about my research, or I'd like to go visit them. Just reach out and we are happy to make those arrangements. And appreciate your time.
Thank you. I want to thank Landon, Chelsea, Alexa, and Kim again for providing all this wonderful information. Also would like to thank you for attending, and we wish you a happy holiday and a wonderful end to the year and beginning to a new year. We will be sharing this recording, and it will also be on our YouTube channel. And keep watching out on social media newsletters for information on everything that we're doing at UK Innovate and how we can help you with your needs. Thank you all and appreciate you being here.